Hi, my name is Sanaya Jones, and I am from Antigua and Barbuda in the Caribbean. I was born in New York, but I was raised in the Caribbean. I was a student athlete at Western Michigan University competing in track and field. The story which sparked my interest for physical therapy was I started my track and field career at a very young age. I started at 11, and getting further along in my career, I started to develop serious injuries. These injuries put me in a position where I had to be seeking assistance from physical therapists. The physical therapists that I had, those that I had, they cared for me so much. They poured so much into me. They spoke life into me. And I was just thinking, like, over a couple of weeks and months, over years, actually, I was thinking, like, this is something that I want to do. I would go to I would learn, like, I would go to the track and I would put KT tape onto my teammates. Nobody taught me. I would learn on my own. Look up videos, put KT tape onto my teammates, my fellow club members. And I just found a passion in helping others, like helping others recover from injury, helping others, speaking life into them, when they're having mental blocks in training and stuff like that. So that's the story that sparked my interest in physical therapy. My motivation for physical therapy is basically my passion for helping others recover from injuries, whether you're elderly to the young kids, children. I just have a passion for it. I really love seeing people get back to where they were. I love seeing people happy. I love pouring into people. I love making people laugh. Even in difficult times, I love encouraging others to, hey, the journey may be long, but the path is going to be worth it. No pain, no gain, but this is a mental game, this is a mental battle, but in the end, you will overcome it and you will be back to where you were. And that's kind of my passion, because doing track and field, you have to have a very strong mindset. And I think I've overcome so much adversity. I've been injured most of my career. And the physical therapists that have helped me, they mold me, they poured into me, they give back. And I just want to use that and give back to others. Like, I want to be better than the therapists who helped me. Like, they are the ones who I got this motivation and drive from. And I just took it upon myself to say, listen, this is what I want to do. So I must make sure that I achieve it to my potential. Because this has been a dream of mine since I was in high school. 14 years old, I knew I wanted to become a physical therapist. All because of the injuries and the physical therapists that were around me, that helped me to become this athlete that I am today, this advocate that I am today. So, understanding diversity. I was raised in the Caribbean, but I was born in New York. So my whole entire life, I was raised in the Caribbean with different cultures, different traditions, different lessons learned. And coming to the United States in 2021, I would say that it was somewhat a culture shock. I've met so many different cultures other than Caribbean. I've met Mexicans, Native Americans, I met Americans, and it's just a great feeling, like speaking to everyone, because I'm a person that I would just chit chat with anyone. If I see anyone, just stop and have a conversation, letting people have a good day and ensure that people are okay, because a lot of people don't do well mentally and they struggle with mental health. So I would just talk with people, just understanding their backgrounds and their culture gave me a very good understanding of how diverse the world is and how to go about treating patients or being the physical therapist of patients. And I was working for Armor PT for a year and a couple months now, and I've seen so many diversity, so many people from all over, and just talking with them treating them, it's such a wonderful feeling, because that's understanding, getting to know what makes them them and how they get into this space. So it's honestly a great feeling. I love that I have come across so much diversity, and I think that's one thing that is going to make me a great physical therapist, because I will listen and understand how this person is and go about treating them in the way that will make them comfortable. Social justice in healthcare. I believe that social justice in healthcare is extremely important, because every person deserves the right for healthcare, to have access to quality healthcare. I have seen situations where people can't afford physical therapy. They can't get transportation to physical therapy and stuff like that. Growing up in the Caribbean, the athletes that I have been around, we're not all fortunate enough to get physical therapy. I was fortunate enough to have connections from my dad that would treat me without even paying. And my dad would also put the other athletes on to the same physical therapist who would treat me, because we don't have resources. There are no resources, so the physical therapists, they try their best to help the athletes as much as they can, because they know that's what they're here to do, help people get better. And they have done that, because they have treated student athletes like myself, athletes, for free, like no payment at all, because we can't afford it. It's so expensive, it's so not affordable. Just because we're athletes and they know that we're representing our country. And it's very unfortunate, because the cost of physical therapy is so high that I would say less fortunate people, minorities that would need the help, they can't get the help. But if they would have persons like me, I would understand and just find ways so that everybody can have access to physical therapy. And I think that this needs to be a situation where we can try to find a way to let physical therapy be more accessible. Healthcare, actually, to be more accessible to those who can't afford it. Because I would like to advocate for that. We advocate to ways in which it can be accessible for minorities or even elderlies who can't afford it, because they themselves do need physical therapy as well. Barriers to access healthcare delivery. One of the barriers that concerned me was the limited access to physical therapy, from financial to geographical challenges. Some people can't find their way to physical therapy in an office, and they don't have the finance to do it. So I would believe that some insurance don't even give you enough coverage for their healthcare service. So I want to help bridge these gaps by supporting people in the way I can, having online access, where those people that can't come into the office will be able to access it online, and I will be there to help them in any way, so that we can break these barriers in healthcare, like transportation, financial. I just hope that scheduling, everything. I just hope that as a physical therapist, and I hope I will do it, even when I branch off on my own. I just think that that's something that I want to do to help break these stigmas in healthcare. Overall, becoming a physical therapist was from a deep-rooted personal experience for me. as an athlete and as a patient, those therapists who would pour themselves into me and poured into me just gave me a vision for myself that I can do this. Like, this is what I want to do. This is what my passion is. And having working in the field for a year and a half, I bring joy to my patients. Like, my patients would want to see me. If my patients would come inside, I will make my patients day. And that's just one thing I live for, making my patients be good mentally and physically. Come in, if they're having a bad day, I would try and make their day so great they would go home and just be happier. Like, that's one thing I would do. My experience has taught me the importance of diversity, social justice, and equal access to healthcare. I believe every patient deserves the right to have access to these, because it's what may help them grow, and they wouldn't think that they need it, but it's very much needed. I want to create meaningful connections, having conversation with my patients. And that's what I aspire to be. I aspire to be a physical therapist who form connections with my patients, not both physically but mentally, that I can give them live chats and things like that. I hope to contribute to this field by having the best patient-centered care for my patients, being a leader, being an advocate, being a clinician, being a professional, just being a professional way. Though physical therapy maybe to help individuals, but I also wanted to heal them on the inside and out, and just to be compassionate. People have so many struggles, but I just want to be compassionate to my patients. Thank you.